Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, today we're tackling something that literally all of us struggle with. You know the feeling, right? Staring at a deadline that's weeks away, thinking, oh, I've got plenty of time. And then, boom, you're completely panicking the night before. Well, our perception of time is actually playing tricks on us, and it pushes us into this really harmful cycle of procrastination. So let's dive right in and break down exactly why this happens, using some brilliant insights from our source material, and figure out how to finally beat this illusion of time so we can take immediate action. So there's this famous Chinese proverb that perfectly sets the stage for us today. It goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. I mean, it's so true, isn't it? The past is already gone. Wishing you had started working out or saving money earlier isn't going to magically make it happen. The only real power you actually have is to take action right now, today. Which brings us to section 1, the future problem illusion, and exactly why we misjudge time and happiness. Now, what's really interesting here is this cognitive bias that makes us just awful at weighing what we want right now against what we actually need later. Seriously, our brains operate completely backward. In the present moment, we totally overestimate our problems and crave immediate rewards, like choosing the cozy couch over hitting the gym. But when we look at the future, we completely underestimate the problems waiting for us, and we massively undervalue our own long-term happiness. We are quite literally wired to sacrifice lasting joy for cheap, immediate comfort. Crazy, right? And that leads us to a pretty profound realization. We simply avoid what we call beneficial pain in the present moment. Think about it. The physical burn of a tough workout or the mental drain of studying a complex topic, yeah, they're painful right now, but they reap massive rewards years down the line. It's so crucial to realize that procrastination isn't always just laziness. Actually, it's an active, defensive avoidance of this necessary beneficial pain. We literally run away from the hard work today that is fundamentally required to secure our tomorrow. Moving on to section 2, why we delay action. Let's look at the psychology of putting things off. We really tell ourselves some fascinating lies to justify dodging that beneficial pain, don't we? First off, we somehow believe our future selves will just deal with it more efficiently. We have this bizarre collective delusion that future me will wake up at 5 a.m. as this hyper-productive superhero who just loves doing taxes and running marathons. We completely ignore the reality that, it's still going to be us having to do the work. We also trick ourselves by thinking, hey, the problem might not even happen at all, or we just assume someone else will magically take care of us. And if all else fails, we genuinely trust that something will miraculously be in place to handle whatever unexpected situation pops up. It's honestly a masterpiece of self-deception. All right, section 3, the compounding effect, because, spoiler alert, problems don't disappear, they grow. So the absolute crucial point here is that postponing a problem never, ever prevents it from happening. It only extends the timeline of the issue. It doesn't put your problem into some neat little freezer where it stays the exact same size until you're ready to deal with it. Think of a tiny leak in your roof. Ignoring it doesn't keep it tiny, does it? Instead, we're faced with a compounding reality. That neglected problem stretches, it mutates, and it becomes an absolute monster to deal with in the future. Just look at this trajectory of inaction. On day 1, a problem is simply postponed. And yeah, for a brief second, it feels like a total relief. But fast forward to month 1, and that problem's timeline is extended. It becomes this lingering shadow in your life, a constant source of background anxiety. And by year 1, oh boy, that neglected problem compounds into a much bigger, completely unavoidable crisis. This brilliantly illustrates how a minor delay today effortlessly snowballs into a massive mountain of work for your future self. Let's hit section 4, the real-world toll. We're looking at 6 future costs of present inaction. Let's actually pick up the pace a bit here, because these compounding problems hit us fast and hard in the real world. Think about your own life for a second. We have to confront exactly what happens when we choose immediate comfort over our necessary daily maintenance. If you avoid healthy foods, your physical health starts deteriorating. Skip regular exercise, weakness and lethargy set in. If you neglect proper sleep, you're looking at chronic exhaustion. Ignore your emotions and stress, and psychological burnout is just waiting for you. Avoid family time, damaged relationships. And if you avoid personal growth, you end up wasting all that time on media distractions. Let's just slow down for a second, though, to really focus on those internal and relational costs. Mismanaging emotions, letting stress go unchecked, ignoring family time. Inaction doesn't just hurt our physical bodies. It seriously degrades our minds and deeply, deeply damages our connections with the people we love the most. And then there's a very specific, totally modern trap our sources call out: spending way more time watching the news, sports, and social media instead of working on yourself. It just highlights exactly how easily we trade our own personal development for the immediate numbing comfort of a glowing screen. We completely dodge the beneficial pain of growth in exchange for absolute distraction. Finally, Section 5, Awakening Your Second Life and the Wisdom to Act Now. Let's step away from the stress of those modern problems for a minute and look at a really profound philosophical resolution. The great Chinese philosopher Confucius wrote this way back in 550 BC. We have two lives. The second begins when we realize we only have one. Just let that sink in. This incredible wisdom from thousands of years ago speaks directly to the core of what we're talking about today. Once you truly realize your time is finite, that whole illusion of having unlimited future time, it completely shatters. So, what does this all mean, and how do we actually apply it? Well, we absolutely must stop underestimating the future. Recognizing that we only have this single life means we have to step up and embrace beneficial pain today. And listen, that effort isn't a punishment. It's actually the vital foundation we lay right now to ensure our lasting happiness tomorrow. So I want to leave you with this question. Your second life is waiting. What beneficial pain will you choose today? Will it be working on your health, finally managing that stress, or putting down the phone to connect with your family? Whatever it is, please don't leave it to your mythical future self to handle. Take action. Plant that tree right now. Thank you so much for exploring this with me, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.